Hello friends, welcome back. Welcome to the another part of control and coordination. We will understand now how coordination takes place in plants. Students, plants do not have nervous system and sense organs like animals, but still they respond to stimuli. Plants sense the things like light, gravity, water, chemicals, touch, etc. by the action of some hormones in them. Students, the hormones in plant coordination that behaviors and affect the growth of the plant. As the plants have no nervous system, they respond to different types of stimuli due to the effect of these hormones, and their response is very slow by their growth. The plant's hormones are also known as phytohormones. Students, let us understand the phytohormones. The phytohormones are mainly two types. One, growth stimulators such as auxin, gibberellins, cytokinin, and ethylene. And the second type are growth inhibitors, which is abscisic acids, ABA. Students, there are two groups of phytohormones. One group includes four hormones which act as growth stimulators, and one more hormone is abscisic acid, which is growth inhibitor. Let us understand one by one what are the hormones. The first hormones, let us understand auxin. Students, these hormones promote cell enlargement and cell differentiation. The auxin is responsible for the phototropic and geotropic responses of plants. It is made at the tip of root and shoot. It speeds up the growth in stem but slows down the growth in roots. The second hormone is gibberellins. Students, these hormones also promote cell enlargement and cell differentiation but in presence of auxin. It helps in breaking the dormancy in seeds and buds. Students, let us understand what is dormancy. Dormancy is the inactiveness of the plant's part. Now, let us understand the third hormone, cytokinin. These hormones promote cell division. They also break the dormancy of seeds and buds. Cytokinin also promote the opening of stomata. The fourth type is ethylene or ethene. It is a gaseous compound, acts as a potent growth regulator. It occurs usually in high concentration in leaves, dormant buds, and flowers undergoing senescence. It plays an important role in fruit ripening. These four group of hormones act as growth stimulator. Now the growth inhibitor hormone is abscisic acid or ABA. It is the only growth inhibitor hormone. It promotes the dormancy in seeds and buds. It promotes the closing of stomata. It also promotes the wilting and falling of leaves, which is called abscission. It also causes the detachment of flowers and fruits from the plant. Now, students, plant movement. As the plants are fixed at one place, they cannot move from one place to another, but they show the movement in their body parts. This movement of plants' parts are caused by unequal growth in two regions by the action of plant hormones. Example, auxin speeds up the growth, so the plant where auxin becomes more grows faster than other part. The movement of plants are two types. One is nastic movement or nasties. The second group type is tropic movement or tropism. Students, let us understand first tropic movement. What are tropic movement or tropism? The directional movement of plants part like response to stimuli is called tropic movement or tropism. The tropic movement is the direction of stimuli is called positive tropism. The tropic movement which is away from the stimuli is called negative tropism. There are 5 different types of tropic movement based on the type of stimuli, such as the tropic movement that responds to light called phototropism, and tropic movement in response to gravity is called geotropism. The tropic movement in response to chemicals called chemotropism, and tropic movement response to water called hydrotropism, whereas the tropic movement in response to touch is called thigmotropism. Now let us one by one understand what are these various types of tropism. First one is phototropic movement or phototropism. The directional movement of plant's part with response to sunlight is called phototropism. In case of plant's part that move towards light is called positive phototropism. Example, shoot of the plant shows positive phototropism. And the plant's part that grows away from the sunlight is called negative phototropism. Example, root. So root of the plant shows negative phototropism. Similarly, the second type of tropism is geotropism. The directional movement of plant's part in response to gravity is called geotropism. The plant's part that grows towards gravity is called positive geotropism, which is root of the plant shows positive geotropism, and the plant's part that grows away from the gravity is called negative geotropism, whereas the shoot of the plant shows negative geotropism. And next is chemotropism. The plant's part that move in response to chemicals is called chemotropism. The plant's part that grows towards chemicals is called positive chemotropism. Example, growth of the pollen tube towards ovule is called positive chemotropism. Then hydrotropism. The movement of plant's part in response to water is called hydrotropism. The plant's part that grows towards water is called positive hydrotropism. The example is root, because the root shows positive hydrotropism, and the plant's parts that grow away from the water is called negative hydrotropism. Example, shoot, because shoot grows away from the water. Students, the last one is thigmotropism. The movement of plant's part in response to touch is called thigmotropism. Example, the tendrils of the plants grow towards any support due to touch with the support by which they wind around the support, which is called positive thigmotropism. Students, here let us understand why this tendril circles around or wind around a support on which it grows. Students, when the tendril touches any support, the part of the tendril that touches the support grows slower than the part remains away from the support, because the oxygen released at the shoot of the tendril, at the tip of the tendril, moves towards the part of the tendril which is remain away from the support. So the part which remains away from the support grows faster than the part of the tendril touches the support. That is why the plant circles around the object and grows. Students, the second type of movement is nastis or nastic movement. The movement of the plant's part with response to stimuli is not determined by any direction. It is called nastis or nastic movement. The difference between tropic and nastic movement is the tropic movement is directional, but the nastic movement is non-directional. Example, students, the folding of leaves of touch-me-not plant like Mimosa pudica on touching it, because Mimosa pudica, when we touch, the leaves are folded up. And the opening of petals of dandelion flower in the morning bright light, and closing of petals in evening dim light is also an example of nastic movement. Similarly, the closing of petals of moonflower in the morning bright light and the opening of petals of moonflower at dark light in evening. This shows the nastic movement. In this way, plants shows various types of movement due to the action of their hormones. So students, we have understood how plants coordinate the activities by the action of their hormones. Thank you very much students. If you like this video, please do subscribe and please share. Thank you very much. Keep watching, keep sharing bioremedial. Thank you students. In the next part, we will discuss about another new topic. Thank you very much.